Good evening and welcome to another session of Alpha IAS Academy Current Affairs series. Uh, and we'll start for the day. Uh, so, there are something called as open cast mines. Now, what you have to remember is, you know, there are many news from the various districts in India that here and mostly from Meghalaya. There is something called as rat hole mining. Now, rat hole mining is like this. I'll tell you this. Put a tunnel. This is your surface. Below that, they will. Here, the mineral is there, coal or anything else. And here, they will. These are so small and such pathetic conditions of working are there that the persons has to crawl in it, and that's why they are called rat hole. Now there is something called as open mining also. It is also, you would have seen structures like that, you know something like that. Here you would have seen water. This I am showing when the mines are abandoned. Okay, some but looks like this also. These are open cast mines. Now found people were found dead in Dhanbad district. Tell me in the comment section where is Dhanbad district and which state it is. Do not read the whole current affairs, and sorry for my voice. Also today I'm not feeling very well. What are open cast mining? Open cast mining is a surface mining technique of extracting rocks or minerals from the earth by their removal from an open pit or burrow. You can understand the ओपन कास्ट माइनिंग समवट लाइक अगर गाँव में कुछ बच्चे रहते हैं उन्होंने कभी बचपन में, अब तो खैर ट्यूबवेल जो हैं मशीनों से खोदते हैं, अगर बचपन में आपने देखा होगा तो ट्यूबवेल जो हाथ से खोदे जाते थे, डिग इन कर करके पूरा निकाला जाता था, जब तो पानी नहीं आता तो खोदते जाते थे लोग। तो कुछ उसी तरीके से ओपन कास्ट माइनिंग भी होती है। ओके, इट इज़ अ एफिशिएंट इकोनॉमिकल मेथड and it accounts for major coal production in India. Okay, now what are the concerns associated with open cast mining? Open cast mining changes geological, hydrological, and then geotechnical conditions first. Second is it influences existing ecological system and landscape. Not very good for ecology. भाई हम मदर नेचर से कुछ लेंगे तो उनको दुख तो हो गई ना. Now there are also alternative methods to it, which are in situ recovery. Now what happens in situ recovery is that the extraction process designed to leave a mine physical location undisturbed. It is touted as an environmentally cleaner method of extraction. Okay, so whatever is extracted, it leaves mine physical location undisturbed. Do not disturb mines. Okay, and one is block caving. Block caving mining is an underground mass mining method that allows for bulk extraction of relatively large ore grades with substantial vertical dimensions. Okay, so not very important, but yeah. Now CSC agrees with government proposal on coal gasification. Now what is important for us is what is coal gasification. This is coal, and when coal is moved with air and moisture, it is easier to carry a gas. It makes a gas called syngas. Now what are its constituents? How it is made is, one is CO, carbon monoxide plus hydrogen H2 plus carbon dioxide CO2 plus natural gas or methane CH4 plus water vapor H2. Okay, so these are the constituent of syngas. And see here, see this diagram. Okay, this is a air separation unit. Air, oxygen, coal, steam, ये तीनों एक साथ डाले जाते हैं. Okay, and this is gasifier. I have told you that these are the byproducts. So this is how after coal gasification byproducts are obtained and which are economical and environmentally favorable to export or to carry. Coal gasification is a process in which coal is partially oxidized with air, oxygen, steam, or carbon dioxide to form a fuel gas, which is many a times called syngas only. This gas is then used instead of piped natural gas, methane, and other deriving energy. Okay, syngas uses it can be used for production of electricity and chemical products such as fertilizers. To remove impurities like sulfur and mercury from coal, it removes impurities like sulfur and mercury from the coal. These are the benefits. Now there are some disadvantage of syngas also. Coal gasification, it can make water reservoir toxic. We run the risk of water contamination. Okay, so this is one of the disadvantages of this. Now one fact for the film: China has the biggest number of coal gasification projects. Now tell me in the comment box that what is your idea. Do you think that coal gasification should be there or not? Now there is something called as Ramsar Convention for wetlands, and two new Ramsar sites. I will tell you: Khija Dia Wildlife Sanctuary and Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary. Both are WLS. Now tell me in the comment box under which act wildlife sanctuary are declared. And Khija Dia Wildlife Sanctuary is in Gujarat and it is in Uttar Pradesh. Just see the location also on the map. 49 such sites, highest in South Asia. The number was asked in I think EPFO exam in UPSC. So sometimes it is important. Just go through this. That Khija Dia Wildlife Sanctuary WLS is a freshwater wildlife in Jamnagar district near Gulf of Kutch. Okay, habitat for Plas fish eagle, IUCN status endangered. Very difficult to remember, but just read it. I think critically, always try to remember what are critically endangered. That's more important. You will solve the prelims question from that only. It is not important from means point of view. Okay, and common pochard, vulnerable, Dalmatian pelican क्या होता है? Birds होती हैं, grey gland, etc. Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary, Sant Kabir Nagar district. It is in Uttar Pradesh, and it is habitat for endangered Egyptian vulture, vulnerable greater spotted eagle, common pochard. Okay, so just remember these two sites which were Khija Dia Wildlife Sanctuary and Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary. Khija Dia Wildlife Sanctuary is in Gujarat and Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary is in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, now there are some short current affairs by our team. Just go through them, not much important. Trojans here are related to space. Any body which share the orbit with a planet, this is called Trojans in terms of space, and one Trojan is in terms of computer. They are malwares, types of malware. Okay, so do not confuse these Trojans with the Trojans of computer. No, this is something important. On the 1 year old Vishnu sculpture restored. Now the important thing out is Kalchuri period. Just remember it was between 550 to 620 CE. This was a dynasty, Kalchuri dynasty it is called, and it was in the regions of somewhere here, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Malwa region. Okay, and part of Western Deccan, probably their capital at Maheshmati. Remember the picture Bahubali? There was a kingdom, Maheshmati. of which Bahubali was the king. And then you know what happens. Who killed Bahubali? Bahubali killed Katappa. Now we have the answer. So don't worry. So this is Maheshmati. It was near Narmada river, and they were the fiduciary of Rashtrakutas. Tripartite struggle and all. So they were the fiduciaries of Rashtrakutas. So I think that will be all for today. INS Vagir, INS, it is the fifth submarine. There is something called Project 75. Okay, and it is a naval Kalvari class submarine. Okay, Kalvari class submarine, and it is under INS Vagir is under INS Vagir is under Project 75. Now the question some date might appear out of blues that what is Project 75 related to. So it is related to development of submarines, and other vessels in this class are INS Kalvari, Khanderi, Karanj, Vela and Vakshir. ठीक है, तो कलवारी का अभी सी ट्रायल स्टार्ट हुआ है. याद रखना 1 2 3 4 5 देर आर 3K प्लस 2V. खंडेरी, कलवारी, करंज, 2V is Vela plus Vakshir. Okay. So I think that will be all for today. Thank you and take care. Sorry for the delay, and from tomorrow onwards you will get videos daily. Thank you very much. Take care.